Greetings, YouTube and interwebers near and far. Ratpack back here with you today. And this morning we are going to be doing our little review of the VUSE Solo E-cig. This is another cig-alike product. As I said in the other videos, the cig-alikes are vapor products that are made to emulate a cigarette as closely as possible. This is another one, a little bit bigger than some of the others that we've been looking at, but still falls into that category. It's not necessarily considered a mod. So, first off, a little bit of unpackaging. Comes in this lovely little case here. It's nice, hard plastic. You know, great, nothing huge, but it's nice. It's pretty packaging. When you open it up, you are going to get your VUSE itself. It comes in a little blister pack just like that. You pop open the back, almost just like a toothbrush type of thing, and you pull that out. And this is your product right here. Yes, we're going to roll right across. See, everybody nice and pretty. Okay, a little long. It's a little bit bigger than a lot of the other cig-alike products out there, but it's still very lightweight, which makes it kind of nice. So we'll get into that in just a second. The other pieces that you get in the box when you open it up, you'll see that you have a standard USB charger here. This guy pops right into the back. Now the strange thing, I won't even say strange, the unique thing about this is that there's no screwing in with the thread here. This is a snap-in product. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit, but what that means is that you can't use any other, say, 510 type of products to screw different cartridges on here, things like this. They kind of made it a little proprietary, for lack of a better term, so that you can only use their type of cartridges on these things. You'll also get little handy-dandy pamphlet, you know, all the usual information. And that's about it. The rest is just air and the little packaging on there. This is the vapor put out by R.J. Reynolds. R.J. Reynolds are the same guys who do Winston cigarettes and Salem, things like that. Marlboro made their foray into the market with the Mark 10, and R.J. Reynolds is doing the same thing with the VUSE here. So there's two types of VUSE products out there right now. There's the VUSE Solo, which is what I've got here, and that's just the charger, the little case, the battery, and a single cartridge. That comes in regular, the Ratpack, which is the regular tobacco flavor. Red seems to be the calling card for just about any regular tobacco product out there. And then there's the green, which is, of course, the menthol. That's the only thing they've got out there right now. Now, as a motorcycle goes by, there is another package out there, and that's the VUSE, we'll just call it the kit. Retails for 30 bucks. It's the battery along with 3 cartridges, 2 regular tobacco and 1 menthol. The USB charger along with a AC wall adapter to go with it. So for an extra 20 bucks, because the Solo retails for $10, for an extra 20 bucks, you basically are buying the AC adapter, an extra tobacco, and an extra menthol. Now, if you don't vape menthol at all, and you're really not worried about any of the other wall chargers, or if you have an AC wall charger from any other type of kit that will take a USB adapter, why spend the extra money? That's my opinion on this. As I said, the Solo retails out there for $10, and the replacement cartridges come in a blister pack of 2, and they retail for about $6.99, $6 to $6.99, depending on where you go. Decently priced. Like the Mark 10, you're getting lower than that cigarette pack price. So, you know, $3 a piece or $3.50 a piece, depending on where you get them. But they are sold in packs of 2. So you're getting below that pack of cigarette price. Now, like the Mark 10, you're not getting a full pack of cigarettes with each cartridge. And make no mistake, these are cartridges, they're not tanks. So you've got that filler material in there as well. So you're not getting as much vapor out of these things as you would say from the Blue Plus tank system. So bear that in mind when you do this. It's a little thing, but I do like to kind of hype it, and RJ Reynolds does make a big deal out of this as well. They should. That the VUSE is made completely in the U.S. It's just a little thing, but I think it's great. It's jobs, it's economy, and it's a very good thing to advertise. So props to you, RJ, for that. The construction of this thing. You've got basically feels like, you can give it a good squeeze in there and you're not really going to do anything to it. It feels like a very thin aluminum cylinder that houses the battery technology. You've got the black cartridges with the color band indicator as to whether you have the regular tobacco or the menthol. You've got their little VUSE and the little, I don't know what it is, it's the three-way little symbol that VUSE uses. It looks like, Mickey Mouse with the moose nose. This has a white glow tip on it. Well, okay, white glow tip. What I was talking about before with these cartridges. This is just a pop system on here. There's no threading. Now, to me, this is not good. I haven't had any major problems with it, but I see the potential for a lot of leak issues here. You don't have that security of having the 8 to 10 thread runs on the connector there. So, I'm a little on the fence about that because it just doesn't seem like it's that solid on there. If you bend this or hit putting pressure at the wrong angle, it's just plastic in there, so it has potential that it can break, anything like that. The outside of the cylinder here on the battery where the cartridge connects, you've got no threads, there's no security. So over time, this just being what it is, taking cartridges on and off, over time, this is going to wear down. And it's going to take away from your, from the security of how the cartridge seats onto here. So to me, that's a potential issue. You just pop it back in, you hear that little snap going on there, and it's in place and ready to go. Okay. So decent construction on the battery, sans the snap-in cartridge feature. Not a fan of that. Super lightweight for its size. I mean, we're talking, this is comparable to probably the Mark 10 in its weight. Very, very lightweight, especially for being a, pseudo metal construction. And yeah, it's light. So you take that for what it is. Now, the new technology that they have inside the battery here, one of RJ Reynolds' biggest hypes for the VUSE is that the technology they've created supposedly does upwards of 2,000 calculations per second to make sure that you're getting the same type of vapor pull anytime, every time, beginning to end. I don't know how accurate that is. My vaping experience on this has been pretty consistent. But how do you gauge something like that if you don't have the equipment at the manufacturing plant to do so? So that is what it is, but it's a big hype point that they do. Decent vapor on this. It's not bad. It's not huge. You're obviously, because it's a cig-like product, you're not going to get that big mod vapor that you would get from, constructing your own, things like that. Give you a little example here. We'll do a slow long drag. So as you can see, the vapor's not too bad on this. You get a decent amount. It's a, excuse me, it's a pretty massive throat hit. It's one of the biggest things I've noticed about the VUSE. And it's one of the cons about the VUSE too that I've found. the flavor on the regular tobacco is off. I don't know what it is, if it's just my palate or anything like that, but it has a almost acrid type of taste to it. And I found that the longer you vape on it, the more you get that acrid taste. And when that hits the back of your throat, I mean, I usually can't go more than 3 to 5 pulls on these things before I'm coughing on it. And I don't cough on this stuff. I'm a 27-year smoker. Not much makes me cough anymore, as he does. But this one, it's just something about that taste. It's something about the way it hits the back of your throat that just, I mean, you can feel it just seize up on you. And it takes away from the experience, in my opinion. So I'm not too thrilled about that acrid taste. On the plus side, availability. The VUSE is everywhere. Gas stations, smoke shops, grocery stores, 7-Eleven, Circle K, take your pick. You can find this just about any place that sells any type of vapor or tobacco product. So the availability is great. It's everywhere, so you don't have to worry about that. Another little con on the side, due to its size, it's a little ungainly for travel purposes. And that hinges on a couple little effects here. One, the size. You don't get any carrying case with this thing. Even Marlboro, with the Mark 10 gave you a wink carrying case. This doesn't come with anything like that. You've got the big bulky that you buy this thing in, but this is huge. This is massive. You don't want to run around with this in your pocket. So you have the option of setting it aside or popping it in your pocket. If you throw it in your pocket, we come back to the thread problem of the cartridge. You run the risk of putting pressure at the wrong angle on this thing, and I guarantee you this is going to break. The cylinder of the battery itself, very well constructed from the feel, but you're not going to do anything to that. But your weak point is going to be right here. And when you hit that pressure at the wrong angle, it's going to snap that plastic. I guarantee that will happen. And then you run the risk, you've got, liquid in, you've got liquid in your pants, and it's not the fun kind. So that's one of the cons and drawbacks of this thing. I'm really kind of on the fence about this one. I can go either way. The big turnoffs for me are the poor connection with the cartridge and that acrid pull. As nicely as this is constructed otherwise, and the decent amount of vapor you get a good 3/4 of a pack worth on your pulls, a decent amount of vapor and all that kind of good stuff. But if you can't drag regularly on this thing without coughing up a lung, to me it's not worth it. Now, like I said, this may be just me with this particular product, but that acrid taste really turns me off. This will be one that is going to be a one-timer for me. I don't think I'll go back to it. As compared to something like the Mark 10 from another major tobacco company, I would go with the Mark 10 personally. A little less vapor, but a lot better taste and a lot smoother taste, and that is a major selling point for me. Between the two, battery life is about the same. You'll get just about a full day out of the battery life on this. Cartridge, about the same. You're going to get about 3/4 of a pack worth if you're a regular smoker or vapor. So really on the fence about this. I personally will probably not take another one of these, but if you can get past that taste, or you don't find the same effect of that kind of acrid pull that I'm getting, and you enjoy it, then it's a decent product, and I say go to it. But I would definitely say give this a try, just like the Mark 10. Plop down your $10, pick up a Solo, and try it. The worst that's going to happen is you don't like it, you dump the cartridge, you keep the battery in the charger, and just drop it in a drawer somewhere for any type of later use or anything like that. So that is pretty much it, folks. That has been the VUSE, done by R.J. Reynolds, same guys who make Winston and Salem cigarettes. On the fence, not going to be a great one for me, but it's got some good points. I say give it a try. Before we end today, I do want to give one big shout out, and I will put the details in the description below. Want to do a big shout to Smokey's Smoke Shop. They're here in Beaumont in Southern California. If you're in the area, please stop by, say hi to these guys. Bobby, who's the owner, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. His shop has just about every product you can imagine. They have a decent sized humidor for a lot of good cigars, pretty much every brand of cigarette or rolling tobacco you can think of. They've got pipes, they've got mods, they've got vapes, they've got solos, they've got disposables, lighters, shoes, shirts, sunglasses, you name it. He's pretty much got it as a one-stop shop. So big props out to Bobby out there in Smokey Smoke Shop. And another big call out to his right hand over there, Chris. This guy knows just about everything there is to know about vapor mods. He builds his own coils, he does his own machines. I've seen some of the products that he's actually put together with his own building materials and his own coils. And this guy can dump a cloud of vapor that, you know, it's thick as pea soup. You have to walk through it to see the other side of the room type of situation. So big shout out to the boys over there. I go there for just about all my vaping needs, and they are always, you know, upbeat, friendly, professional, and the best point, exceedingly knowledgeable about the product that they carry. So big props. Again, I'll put the details in the description box below, so please give them a try. Give them a shout out, give them a call if you have any questions about anything like that. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you out. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you very much for being here with me. I think next week's video we're going to probably go a little off the Cigalikes here, and we might do one of the Ego mods and give you a little review on that one. So check out Smokey's. If you liked the video or got anything out of it, please mash that like button. And right over next to that, you can hit the subscribe button as well. Doesn't cost you anything but a click, and it's very helpful in my world, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. So thank you very much. Mash both those buttons. It's not going to cost you anything but 2 clicks, and you'll love it. Until next time, guys, this is Ratpack Rebel. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace.